Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell Podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Mason Maggio from Wickware Racing, of course, who competes in the Carolina Pro Late Model Series. How's it going, bud?
Doing pretty well. How about you, man?
Doing well. Let's talk about your debut weekend for the first Carolina Pro Late Model race. How about that? How do you think you did?
Yeah, I think we did respectively. We had a mishap in qualifying with the ride height, so that sent us a little bit farther back in the field, and where I think we would have liked to be, obviously. And but those guys stuck with me all weekend and helped coach me and guide me through getting through the traffic, and got up to third. Ultimately finished third, so a great way to start off the year and a cool way to come back to Southern National with back-to-back third place finishes between the Thanksgiving Classic and the season opener. So I know we got a lot of speed in our program, and team did a great job. So now we just got to carry this momentum heading into Franklin, which is a track I've never been to before. So I got some learning to do, but I don't think it'll be too big of an issue getting up to speed with how well we've been over off-season testing as well as this past weekend. So looking forward to Franklin and looking forward to the rest of the season.
So what's been the biggest thing that, you're preparing for as you get ready for this place?
Yeah, I look at a lot of the racetracks that are on the schedule. I think we go to 10 different racetracks throughout the year. About, I think 85% of them I've never been to. So, just trying to watch footage and ask questions has been the biggest thing for me. Watching like old cars tour races or, onboard footage and seeing how that goes. And then, like I said, asking questions with my team or my teammates, like, Garrett Smithley or Cody Ware, guys like that, for instance, and who've been very helpful for me. But it's just getting up to speed at all these different racetracks. Like I said, a lot of them I haven't been to. So just getting up to speed and getting into a rhythm and hopefully, running right where we need to be, which is top 3, top 5. So, but so far that hasn't been an issue, and I hope it doesn't become an issue at some point in the year. But again, I'm looking forward to a lot of them, different challenges, different disciplines. So it should be fun, and it's something that I think I'll certainly enjoy throughout the year.
So going in, I know you also try to do a lot of other things when you're at the track. I know you do like a vlog of your race weekend. When did you start doing that?
Yeah, so I started doing that back in 2020, I believe, with my legend car stuff. I had no idea what I was doing, by the way. I mean, I still look at the thumbnails and some of the videos and kind of cringe at it. But I'm trying to get back into the swing of things with that between the YouTube stuff. I guess with that being said, I'm still working on my ARCA Daytona test, little recap. So that should be released somewhat soon. I got to get to work on that a little bit. But so I've been doing that stuff. Took a break, I think, last year. I just didn't really have the passion for it, didn't feel a desire. And then just recently kind of got back into it. So been starting to enjoy it, get my editing skills better. I've been also doing, a couple TikToks as well, which I've had a lot of fun with. And I've noticed a lot of people are also enjoying what I've made. So going to keep up to date with those two platforms. But I felt like, I wanted to give people an insight on what it's like to be a race car driver and, kind of grind on the short track level to hopefully get up to, the professional series at some point and, just kind of document everything. I've always thought that was always unique to me.
Yeah, it's always good. And I know how much you like doing these too. What's it just like to just, talk about these things and all that stuff? I know you've been on a lot of other things, but what has it been like to, just talk about a lot of these things and people wanting to talk to you and see how you're doing and all that?
Right. Yeah, it's been interesting. Me personally, I'm not one to, put a camera to my face and talk about myself or my race car, but it's something that I've gotten accumulated to over the past year and a half or so. Um, and, just kind of getting out of my comfort zone in a sense and letting people know. I know my most recent interview with one of my off-season tests with RWR and E33 was a pretty decent success if you're trying to compare it to some of my other videos. So I know a lot of people have enjoyed it. I've had a handful of my friends tell me that they enjoy it and they would like to see more. So the overall audience and reactions that I've got have certainly been humbling. It's certainly been inspiring me to try to do a little bit more down the road. So yeah, hopefully I'll make a couple more throughout the year. Try to maybe make a couple of cool edits or little TikToks and other things like that that I can put out there throughout the year and just kind of have fun with overall.
Yeah. And where are we going to see you? What are your next few races for people that are wondering?
Yeah, so in 2 weeks here, we're going to be heading to Franklin County up in Virginia for the second race of the Carolina Pro season. And then right after that, we got Hickory for Carolina Pro Series is third race of the year. And then I think we got one more race lined up. I don't want to say anything yet, but that's going to be outside of Carolina Pro, and I'll make an announcement regarding that because we got a lot of cool opportunities going on with that race. So yeah, but if you want to follow along on our social media pages and see how we do and progress throughout the year, that's certainly one way to keep track of what tracks we'll be visiting, results, whole 9 yards.
And of course, you'll come back on here in Macon, and yeah, we'll have you back on when you make that announcement, or you can make that announcement like we did last time. Yeah, so that will be fun for sure. All right. Well, Mason, thanks so much for catching up, and we'll talk to you next week.
Yes, sir. Always a pleasure. Thank you for having me.